Hey y'all, back with another war video. This is War 4, relatively simple one here. Um, I have to admit, we haven't ever faced this alliance before, but I've got some fun ones all the same. We're going to be using Kate, who is not tactic, but works very well on Path 5 in general, and Killmonger, who is tactic, and who is rank 3. We actually have 2 rank 3 Killmongers in my battle group, and that frees up mine for stuff like this. I'm not going to pretend that the gameplay you're going to see today is going to be perfect. There's definitely some dumb mistakes. But that does highlight one of my favorite things about Killmonger, which is that he lets you recover from your mistakes. So we're starting out here with Kate, who is significantly less tanky, but this is just a good fight for her, right? Nick has gone unblockable here. It's Nick. There's a non-zero chance that that happens. I honestly shouldn't have even gone for the intercept at all. It's annoying that he hit me, but I didn't need to go for it. I could have just waited for the cold snap to take him into second life, because we would have lost it then anyway, right? And at that point, I would have had the spirit and power to do exactly what I did here, and this fight would have looked exactly the same without those 2 hits to the face. Just unnecessary risk. So not quite enough battlefield awareness on my part, but good strategy and executed well other than that. Nick goes down. We move on to Shocker here, who is tactic. Kate works completely fine for this. For those of you asking why I didn't just do that, I like to have the tactic up, right? Especially against somebody whose moveset I despise as much as I hate Shockers. On cue. Gotta love that. Anyway, I did get the intercept there early on. I had practiced that in duels. It is pretty doable, even against Shocker's awful moveset. That's how we get the True Strike up. As long as we have either the True Strike or the tactic, we are fine to basically just ignore everything else. There we use the counterpunch to get an intercept, which gives us the True Strike again. That you're going to see a fair amount of that. Using the special one to get counterpunch and then that to get intercepts is one of the best things to do with Killmonger here. That wasn't. If you intercept with a special, you can get the True Strike. I'd done that a few times with Killmonger. No idea why I tried to do it there. I didn't need to, but yeah. So that was stupid. But other than that, you've been seeing that this works fine, right? It is possible to get the True Strike off of Shocker specials, but it is a little bit on the more difficult side. He recovers fairly quickly. But that's what we were setting up there, right? We needed to get to a special 2 with True Strike and Reverb up, and throw it with protection down, and then things were over. So, a couple more potions than I intended there, but c'est la vie. It's a good counter, and I'm very glad that we were able to fit Winter Soldier on the team, because that's making things significantly easier. Now, on the Winter Soldier note, that synergy, which allows me to get the True Strike on Intercept as opposed to just on Special Punish, means that I can technically intercept Punk here, because the True Strike comes online before Evade triggers. I have tested that before. You'll notice me very conspicuously not doing that, and that's because I just don't have to on this particular fight. I can parry and do my 2 hits and just take my time, get my counterpunch, punish here, use the counterpunch to get an intercept to get protection down. There's no reason to do anything else. Now here you'll see me take a little bit of damage that could have been avoidable if I'd played things a little bit differently, but I didn't really want to risk it. I do get that rupture on myself because I want to throw the special 1 again. I like having the safety of the counterpunch to easily intercept. I could have just intercepted normally and gone to the special 2, but luckily Punk removes those ruptures when he activates his special 1, whether it hits you or not, so we didn't have it on us for too long. Moving back to Kate for Destroyer here, The video cut away to me just practicing the special 2 decks for like 5 minutes. Because if this fight goes the way you want it to, you never see Destroyer special 2. We've said it a bunch. It's a very good assignment. Kate continues to be good with the large Fury from Ebb and Flow. But if this fight goes south, it's because you eat a special 2. And so I really did not want to do that. Practiced it quite a bit, and then hoped, as you see here, to just never have that happen. We bait out that heavy to pause our cold snap. Tried to bait out another heavy. Doesn't quite work. Do get an intercept there, but it wasn't exactly what we were going for. Luckily, the Unstoppable was still on cooldown, or that would have stung. We're doing well enough here as far as the HP race that I don't even try to dex the special one properly. I hit his block there to try and pause the cold snap. I know we have enough time left on the Fury. I'm just not doing anything to risk pushing him to that special 2. And down he goes. Sorry, down it goes. Awfully tempting to default to that. My bad. Anyway, here we have Spider-Man. There are plenty of options for this. Definitely better to send somebody like Chielf. I believe this just worked out easiest for me to come here, though. And I expected it to go basically exactly the way you're going to see it. You're going to see it go. Which is pretty... Other than that, I wasn't expecting to get hit. We will willpower regen from that. But what you're going to see here is that it looks like we're making a lot of progress, because we are. But the regens are just going to keep ticking up a little bit more and a little bit more, and eventually we're just going to be doing stone nothing. It is difficult to keep away from Spidey because of his animations long enough to make them meaningfully fall off. And that is why, in my opinion, you shouldn't try to just out-damage these regens. Somebody who doesn't have access to regen reversal or buff control or anything like that should not be assigned here, which is why we're building up to the special 3. I'm just taking my crits where I can, building up these bleeds. I'll be honest, I didn't do the exact math on what was going to be necessary to finish this. But I was pretty confident we were getting close. I push him here. Or I think I need... Yeah, I parry one more time to make sure we have the tactic so that I can punish him so we get the true strike. Because we do need that for the big special 3. And here, hit me. What am I doing? I don't know. Oh, I'm trying to let some of the regens fall off before we throw this just in case. Still the true strike, so now I need to block 1 hit. There it is. And here's the special 3. So we had what? 28 bleeds stored. So this is going to do a bit of damage, but that's going to be mostly healed right away. He still has a fair amount of regen because, reminder, Despair maxes out at minus 100%, and there's still Recovery's 15% regen rate at the bottom there. But between all of those bleeds, Despair cutting down the regens, and our Striker closing it out, very good fight. You just have to get over the... what do you want to call it? The psychological effect of seeing him get all the way down to 50 and go right back up to 100 and stay there for a good minute is what it is. Now we move on to Modok, and honestly, for all what I just said, of having to expect that psychological effect did rattle me a little bit, and I was a little bit off at the start of this fight, which you will see. I think the first, 30 seconds of this fight are really, really ugly, and then it becomes really, really pretty. Okay, so not yet. This part's fine. That's not great. That's not great. It is what it is. This is why we have Killmonger, so we don't have to worry on, or we don't have to rely on getting the punish for the true strike. There we go. I think we're back on track, but I honestly might mess up again. All that's important is to have, like we said earlier, either the tactic or the true strike up. Between the two of them, yep, I knew there was one more. Between the two of them, we can stay tempo positive. and we're going to cut him down, right? Like, our bleeds are getting around adaptive. True Strike is getting around adaptive. Killmonger specifically as a 7-star with crit rate stat focus, and the Black Panther relic to reduce crit resist. Honestly, crits a fair amount, much more than he did as a 6-star, and so we're just cooking him down slowly but surely, and really not even that slowly once we get going. Oh, there, I knew there was another mistake. Sometimes he just catches me, you know? Especially after that medium and then the random light. Special 3 here didn't fully knock him down, but here's the relic, and we are good. Yeah. I honestly wish that was cleaner, because I haven't had a Killmonger versus Modok Boss fight in a long time. It's a very nostalgic fight for me, because they were placed constantly for, I don't know, like a year. I've done it many, many times. Most of them have been cleaner than that. But it is what it is. It was nice to be able to dust that off. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I also hope that I get to use Killmonger again over the course of the next season and a half. Before I close this one out, I will just warn, I'm probably going to fall off the YouTube wagon a little bit in the coming week. I am taking a short vacation to go to a wedding. I have one more war in the tank that I will make sure I get out, but then I'm probably not going to get any further ahead than that because, being perfectly transparent, I need to start working ahead on my spotlights with context. Before anybody goes, oh, that means they're coming out next weekend, I honestly don't know. But they might be, so I'm going to be ready before I go on vacation. So if they're then, keep an eye out for them. If not, I'll catch up on war videos when I get back. But again, hope y'all enjoyed this one, and until next time, thanks so much for watching, and take care.